When it comes to making cymbals, Zildjian are referred to as the gold standard, which is ironic because in 1618, alchemist Avedis Zildjian was trying to make gold. Instead, he accidentally formulated what's arguably the best cymbal material on the planet. Today, Zildjian still use that same secret alloy in every cast cymbal they craft. You want to hear the full story? Let's get started. In 1618, Avedis I, an Armenian alchemist living in Constantinople, discovers a secret process for treating alloys and applies it to the art of making cymbals of extraordinary clarity and sustain. The Sultan's famed Janissary bands are quick to adopt Avedis' cymbals for daily calls to prayer, religious feasts, royal weddings, and the Ottoman army. In 1622, Sultan Osman II gives Avedis 80 gold pieces and the family name Zildjian, which means cymbalsmith in Armenian. Zil is Turkish for cymbal, Ja means maker, and Ian is the Armenian suffix meaning son of. In 1623, Avedis receives the Sultan's blessing, allowing him to leave the Ottoman palace to start his own cymbal foundry in the suburbs of Constantinople, Samatya. After leaving the palace and starting his own foundry, he spent years perfecting his cymbal-making techniques. His process of combining copper, tin, and silver is still a closely guarded family secret, and the casting it produces possess an extraordinary musical quality and tone. Avedis passes the secret process to his eldest son Ahkam, who succeeds Avedis in 1651. In 1680, classical composers begin to incorporate cymbals into their works, the first known example being German composer Strunk in his opera Esther. During the 18th century, cymbals become increasingly popular in European military bands. In 1782, Mozart uses cymbals to represent the popular Janissary music in Il Seraglio. 12 years later, Haydn uses cymbals in his Military Symphony. During the mid to late 19th century, Berlioz and Wagner begin featuring an abundance of cymbals in their compositions and request that only Zildjian cymbals be used. Cymbals achieve an important and permanent position in orchestras. Upon the death of Avedis II in 1865, the business passes to Avedis' younger brother Keropi, because Avedis' sons, Harutun II and Aram, are too young. Keropi exports 1,300 pairs of cymbals per year throughout Europe and continues to travel to exhibitions, winning honors in Paris, Vienna, Boston, Bologna, and Chicago. In 1868, after a series of disastrous fires, the Zildjian family is unable to pay their accumulated debts. Zildjian receive attractive offers to transfer the business to Paris, but do not want to leave their homeland. Sultan Abdulaziz intercedes, ordering that everything necessary is done to help the Zildjian family, whose quality of cymbals is unrivaled throughout the world. In 1909, the year of his death, Keropi passes the secret process back to Avedis' family. Avedis' older son Harutun II declines his birthright in favor of entering a career in law and politics. The secret then goes to Harutun's younger brother Aram, the second son of Avedis II. Aram finds it difficult to continue manufacturing cymbals in Constantinople during a period of political upheaval in 1910. After joining the Armenian national movement, he is forced to flee to Bucharest, where he opens a second Zildjian factory. Eventually, Aram returns to his native country, where he exports cymbals around the world, especially to America, now the largest consumer of musical instruments in the world. In 1927, Aram writes his nephew, Avedis III, who is already living in America, telling Avedis that it is now his turn to carry on the family business. Avedis III, the only surviving male in the direct line of succession, is now an American citizen who owns a successful candy factory. Avedis tells Aram that he would not return to Turkey, but would like to relocate the family business here in America. Aram agrees to come and help Avedis set up the first Zildjian cymbal foundry in America. The company is incorporated in Quincy, Massachusetts in 1929, just as the jazz era begins. The next year, Avedis develops a lifelong relationship with Gene Krupa, who helps Avedis adapt marching cymbals to the emerging drum set by encouraging Avedis to make thinner cymbals. In 1935, Avedis passes along the secret process to his 14-year-old son, Armand, who begins learning every facet of the business. In 1936, Avedis is also quick to embrace the talented African-American musicians who are leading the jazz movement. Having been discriminated during his own childhood as an Armenian living in Turkey, Avedis vows there will be no place for discrimination at the Zildjian Company. He works closely with artists like Chick Webb and Papa Joe Jones, who helps Avedis refine the hi-hat. During this period of innovation, crash, ride, splash, hi-hat and sizzle cymbals are all developed and named by Avedis. Once America enters the Second World War in 1940, both copper and tin are rationed by the War Production Board. Avedis, however, receives enough of an allocation to fill American and British military orders. This allows the business to continue through the tough war years, even though Zildjian's group of highly trained metalsmiths is reduced to just 3 men. World War II also marks the only time the secret process is ever actually written down. Avedis keeps a copy of the formula in the company vault, and another in his home, in the event that his sons don't return from the war. In 1945, Armand, the most musical of all the Zildjians, returns from the war ready to assume responsibility for the manufacturing side of the business. Armand can now experiment with developing new sounds, an opportunity he has looked forward to for many years. By 1950, Zildjian employs 15 workers, increasing output to 70,000 cymbals per year. The post-war economy and growing popularity of modern jazz continues to grow sales. In hand-selecting cymbals for all the top professional drummers, Armand acquires a keen sense of what drummers are looking for. He is able to manipulate the subtleties of cymbal making to create the sounds drummers want and to address the changes taking place in music in 1951. In 1954, following his father's lead, Armand Zildjian, also known as the father of artist relations, develops close personal relationships with all the top drummers and percussionists of the day, such as Gene Krupa, Buddy Rich, Max Roach, Shelly Manne, Elvin Jones, and Tony Williams. In 1963, inspired by Louis Bellson, Zildjian introduces new beat hi-hats, matched with a lighter top cymbal but heavier bottom for a more pronounced chick sound. New beats become standard equipment for all drummers overnight. The Beatles appear on The Ed Sullivan Show, and the demand for Zildjian cymbals explodes in 1964. The company ends the year with 90,000 cymbals on backorder. In 1973, Zildjian opens its new state-of-the-art manufacturing facility in Norwell, Massachusetts, in time to celebrate its 350th anniversary. The facility is twice expanded in 1981 and again in 1998. Breaking with tradition, Avedis invites his granddaughter Craigie Zildjian to join the family business in 1976. For the next 3 years, there are 3 generations of Zildjians working side by side in the family firm. In 1977, Avedis names Armand president of the company. Armand sets a company-wide mission to take cymbal making to the next level. He invests millions to update the manufacturing operation and expand R&D in the newly created Sound Lab. Sadly, Avedis passes away in 1979 and Armand becomes chairman of the board. Working with noted K drummers Elvin Jones and Tony Williams, Zildjian relaunches the legendary handcrafted K line, which is named after Karapi Zildjian in 1981. Armand reinvests profits to finance such revolutionary advances in manufacturing as the rotary hearth, double rolling mills, and computer-controlled random hammering. Armand now has the equipment he needs to find the new sounds he is looking for. Armand's son, Rob Zildjian, opens an artist liaison office in Los Angeles, California, and pioneers the first Zildjian Day in 1986, a full-day drumming clinic, which quickly becomes a model for percussion days within the music industry. Zildjian also introduces the KZ combination hi-hats, the first created through the matching of the top cymbal from one range with a bottom cymbal from another. In 1988, Zildjian sets up its own fully integrated drumstick manufacturing facility in Alabama, the heart of Hickory Country. Zildjian drumsticks soon become the first choice of top drummers like Louis Bellson, Tony Williams, Vinnie Colaiuta, Dennis Chambers, and Joey Kramer. Vinnie Colaiuta helps Zildjian develop the A Custom range of cymbals in 1990. A Custom set a new standard in modern cymbal making, soon becoming one of Zildjian's most popular models. In 1995, Zildjian Company designs a special room to assist orchestral players with their cymbal matching and selection process. Early visitors to this one-of-a-kind room include the Boston Symphony, London Symphony, and Royal Concertgebouw. Zildjian becomes the first percussion company in the world to obtain the prestigious ISO 9001 quality certification in 1996. ISO 9001 is a quality system recognized worldwide for manufacturing facilities that pass rigorous quality standards. The Constantinople cymbal is Armand's last R&D project in 1998. He begins by developing an orchestral line, but finds that these orchestral models also make great ride cymbals. Armand Zildjian names his daughter Craigie a chief executive officer in 1999. She becomes the first woman to ever hold the position. His younger daughter Debbie becomes vice president of human resources and assumes responsibility for the same secret process of combining alloys. Then in 2002, beloved chairman Armand Zildjian passes away at his home in Scottsdale, Arizona on December 26 at the age of 81. The 15th generation of Zildjians, Katie and Emily, Debbie's daughters, and Samantha, Craigie's daughter, carry on the tradition of family participation in the oldest family-run business in the USA. Designed in 2006 with Aquila Jimbo, the K-Custom Hybrid series combines two distinct lathing patterns that create the possibility of two different sound dynamics depending where the cymbal is played. Praised for its versatility and ability to produce both dark and bright overtones, the K-Custom Hybrid series is awarded top industry and consumer awards. Zildjian, the world's leading cymbal manufacturer, and the Vic Firth Company, the global market leader in drumsticks, joined forces on December 20, 2010, bringing together two of the most respected legacy brands in the music industry. And in 2018, Zildjian acquires the leading percussion mallet manufacturer, Balter Mallets. A new manufacturing facility in Newport, Maine, is purchased to accommodate the company's growing drumstick and mallet business. In 2023, Zildjian celebrates its 400th anniversary, continuing its legacy of creating sounds that inspire people to express themselves through music.